What's going on, guys? It's Jug, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get geared while playing solo in Apocalypse Rising 2. So if you want to get geared in your next solo adventure, stay tuned and let me know your feedback in the comments below. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to want to do in Apocalypse Rising 2 when you spawn in is obviously check where you spawn. We see we spawn right outside of Junkyard right here, but start looking for big cities near you, but we're not going to want to go directly inside of these big cities. We want to stay on the outsides and, not go directly in and draw too much attention to ourselves. So the first thing I want to do in this game right here, I see these big cities all around me, is I'm going to go over towards Fairview and we're going to check it out and kind of scope it from a distance first. Another big thing too, and obviously this is kind of self-explanatory, boys, but don't go on the most obvious ways to get in somewhere. Like, obviously there's this huge bridge right here. If you go in through this bridge, you're like a sitting duck. Like, literally you can get sniped from in front of you, from behind you, or even from on top of the bridge, or from the sides over here, like if you scope in. So you try to go in through the sneaky ways, go in through water, swim in. Just don't cause a lot of attention to yourself, because when you're playing solo, it is so much harder because you have no backup with you. Okay, the next part is to make sure that you bring your rock climbing equipment, as we're on the side of this mountain right here. But if we just spam our spacebar, we turn into professional rock climbers and we sneak into the back of a city. Like, we just snuck into the back of Fairview right here. And now we're just going to start scoping out buildings and honestly just trying to find like good looting spots with crates and, not just running towards the center of the map where everybody just starts popping out of windows that you didn't even know existed and starting shooting at you. Okay, find a building, go in here, find one with a vending machine, alright? And then make sure it's got some snacks and food, and then you are good to go. Just kidding. Don't pay any attention to any of the small buildings or just stuff in front of you. Look around, try to scout out, look at the big spots like the bridge. Make sure there's no cars coming in with like full teams, because there will be teams of 5 swinging through there and you don't want to get caught. So as you guys saw, I found the police station in Fairview. Obviously I know where this is just because I've played the game a long time, but come in here, find buildings like this that have good looting equipment. Like, police stations will always have great stuff. If there's any military buildings or older buildings that are like Soviet style that can spawn AKs, AK-47s, AK-74s, stuff like that, that's what you want to look for. So now I've got down here, obviously didn't look like too much spawned in this time, but there are multiple military crates, and at least it has the opportunity to spawn down here, and you can also refill on ammo in these kind of environments. I made the joke about vending machines, but I actually just caught myself dying from hydration and hunger a second ago. So now I'm actually going to raid the kitchen in the police station and keep going in my journey here. Alright, and the last thing I will say about police stations and just going into buildings like this that are super secure and safe, or check the buildings and don't overlook boxes like these, because you can get good secondaries in these security equipment cases, which can also, lead to you getting a lot looted later if you take down another player with that gear. Alright, and before I get out of Fairview, the last thing I will say is start learning really like the secret spots in each city. Obviously for Fairview, there's not going to be that many. There won't be that many unique spots in each town, but when you're playing solo, you can't just run out in the middle of the open like you would with a full squad. So find little places like this in each spot where you can, find secret crates. Obviously there's shots above me, you hear that? Find these places right here. You've got crates, ammo, more than you probably need just by yourself, but it gives you the opportunity to keep getting more looted and looted without being in common spaces where everybody else is going to be. Alright, like I said when we went into Fairview, remember boys, don't take the flashiest and the easiest way out of a town. You want to sneak out, you want to go in the water, you want to be wearing a ghillie suit. It's not about wearing the bright purple suit this time. You gotta survive, boys. You gotta survive, and that's not easy going alone. Alright, what do we have next? I want to show you guys, honestly, places in the map that are not very safe, but just more safe than usual. So we see Destroyer right here. you know, get on your piece of construction equipment, climb up here, capture the American flag right here, and then get on your way. You'll find zombies here. Okay, so obviously not the best loot in the world maybe, but this zombie drops a high power pistol if it spawns. That's 9mm ammo. That's going to get you set, and that gear right there can take down other gear players, and it's definitely going to treat you better than a snub nose will. Alright, to continue on with places like Destroyer, this is just one of my favorite spots to go when I first start playing, you know, solo, because it's got military crates right here, or medical boxes I should say, where you can get, you know, good med kits, all that supplies that you need. It's also got this spot up here with a bunch of crates where it can spawn military gear. Look, an M40A1 sniper rifle with a bunch of ammo as well. So we're definitely going to take that. It's a 2-tap gun, and I would not have been able to find that had I just been running around from big city to big city, trying to just, you know, fight in PvP as quick and as soon as possible. One thing I really like about Destroyer as well is it doesn't just limit you to NATO crates where you can find stuff like this M40A1 sniper rifle. If that stuff doesn't spawn, which obviously you guys know it doesn't all the time, you can also find stuff in these civilian crates right here. So we got an M1 carbine and an M1 Grand as well. So it's going to give you a wide, you know, kind of like range of stuff you can find. So you're not just going to be restricted in big looting spots when you open a big crate and it's like, hey, there's a gun in there, there's not, and that's the only thing here. Obviously, there's a lot of them on Destroyer, as we also just unboxed an M16A1 assault rifle, so this place is just fully stacked with loot at any given time. Lo and behold, the last spot I want to show you at Destroyer is this military tent area up here. This can spawn you backpacks, medical supplies, so it's very, very, very important to come up here and, you know, get your, you know, gallon bottoms too, if you need them. No, but, you know, you've got military crates right up here, MAP 49 SMGs, which is a great starter weapon. It's an automatic submachine gun. You've got other crates too that can spawn stuff, and it's just really a good starting spot. And that's when I would recommend, you know, assuming you get some good guns and stuff, to start moving west towards Military Prison, Naval Air Station, Casino, and Magnolia, which we'll get into right here very soon. Alright, like I just said, getting over here into these spots is when things can get a lot more tricky as a solo player in Apocalypse Rising 2, just because of the amount of teams that come here. Military Prison is a great looting spot, as well as Casino, Magnolia, and Naval Air Station speaks for itself. I'm sure you guys have had tons of fights there. And, you know, it's hard to survive, so you've got to be very careful about it, even in a full team, let alone, you know, playing alone in this game. I will say the one thing I wanted to mention as I get over here towards the military prison, as you'll see on the screen right there, is if you could fix up this boat, this would be the nicest boat in the entire game. Obviously, you can't. It's stationary, but you can find loot in here. You can find medical supplies to heal back up, or you can come down here and there are firearm spawns as well for you to get geared. You've got a safe right here, and you've got a big rifle spawn on the bed, and you can also, you know, pick up some new clothes while you're here. But let's get over towards military prison and really check this spot out. Also, as you see, we're now in the prison now. Be careful of all the zombies. There are going to be a ton of zombies that spawn in here. But it's well worth it. You see the rifle crates all around where you can get a lot more gear. There will be some angry prisoner zombies in here, but just ignore those guys and keep going. Try to, you know, obviously not make them too angry. Oh, that's a boss zombie. Oh, okay. All right. Forgot to mention that. Probably should have stopped swinging my entrencher at that zombie. That was a boss zombie that drops the RPK and the 7.62 Soviet can. So if you see that zombie right there, shoot it. No, there's just no question about it. Don't even try to hatchet it like I just did with my entrencher. Just shoot it. Okay. All right. Anyways, you get up to the top level here, and you can just see how much opportunity there is to get geared up here in the military prison. You've got these Soviet spawns, which are going to spawn SKSs, more ammo, more Soviet cans can spawn in here too. It's just an easy way to get insanely looted. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and drop this bar that we've been hanging on to for the AK-47 because there is so much Soviet ammo here that we've been able to find just by killing that zombie alone and checking a few rooms and crates. We're already getting like fully looted and it's just kind of crazy. Alright, we've got the RPK now. As you see, that was insanely quick of going in here and immediately just finding that boss on me, which I, for some reason, lost my brain and tried to just kill with the entrencher, which is never gonna ever work. So, we're good. Last thing I'll say, I gotta show this off just because it's one of my favorite parts about prison. If you can come out here and find a basketball, which I have not been able to find one yet, you can get a quick hoops game in and get on this platform right here. If you're unathletic like me, go ahead and slam dunk, okay? All right, and then you just get out of prison, okay? Because prison is not a good place to be. And if you want a cheat code to getting out of prison, also just, you know, get behind this basketball goal after you get done with your game. And is that a basketball up here? Oh my gosh. I've never noticed that before. But you can get out that way and get out of the back of the military prison. And voila, you are out. And then you are back to the front of it. And then you can start heading, you know, more east towards Casino and Magnolia. Alright, boys. And now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. One of the best places in the map, in my opinion, is the legendary Casino. As you see, I've parked my helicopter up there. I'm getting swarmed by FBI agents right now. I think that is wrong because I'm not going to take any chances with that. See, he dropped a Glock 17 and an MP5, but was not worth the risk, boys. And I'm also getting just absolutely demolished by that zombie. So we'll take a med, check on the Juggernaut helicopter up here, and then we'll be good to go. We'll see what's going on. But, like I said, oh my gosh, and we got a team pulling up on us. Right here. First part of our solo battle. Oh, he hops out. He hops out. What's he gonna do? Oh, he didn't hop out. I should have pulled out my M40A1 sniper right there, but I just didn't think of it in time. And it honestly probably cost me a kill right there. Uh-oh. Oh, I've got this guy right here. What is this guy doing? Sorry, man. Okay, that's one player down. He looked stacked too. Oh my goodness. We about got pop shotted and killed right there, which would not have been fun, but that is the hardest part about playing solo. Oh my goodness, boys. Alright. As we get into probably my favorite city in the game, being Magnolia, it's going to be very hard to survive here, but I will say, this city truly can be the most rewarding when you're playing Apocalypse Rising 2 solo. It is insane. You've got, obviously, Magnolia Tactical back here, which is the gun store in this city. And this is kind of a looting just hotspot, like a dream of loot sometimes when you run into, you know, obviously just the right spawns, to be honest. But come in here, you can go in through this back garage. Well, I guess you can't anymore. Anyways, come around, come to the front door like any good paying customer and walk right in and see what you can find. No, all jokes aside, look in here. You're gonna have food and drinks. You're gonna have military equipment. You're gonna have military crates, a lot of different stuff. This place can really get you stacked in one go. You're gonna have zombies in here. Like, I think the zombie right here, yeah, he drops a Maverick Tactical. Obviously not the best gun in the world, but, you know, it's better than just having a snub nose. You're going to have shotguns all around, just more ammo. It's just such a good way to get stacked. And, you know, bar, machine guns, everything. This place is awesome. It's also a great spot for rare clothing items as well. Like you see, you get the white motocross pants in here, forest hunting camo top, so just multiple opportunities to find good stuff, good gear, good clothing, all in one spot right here. And I like that it's on the outside of Magnolia too, so you don't have to run in like most other big cities and risk getting killed just trying to get some gear. So lo and behold, if you take one thing away from my video, don't visit the water park in Magnolia, okay? Just don't visit the water park. The water is dirty. It's so dirty. Zombies have been in there, and also that's just the easiest way to get shot from anywhere inside of Magnolia right there. But no, just stay on the outskirts, boys. That's what I've been saying over and over again. It's huge. You don't want to draw too much attention to yourself, and if you can help it, try to find items like the ghillie suits and wear those to camouflage and blend in, because you just don't want to be sticking out like a sore thumb and, you know, be able to get caught out in the open and lose all the progress you've worked towards. Also got a Humvee down here. I'm trying to be very quiet, boys. There's so many players around in Magnolia right now. I could literally get pop shotted at any second and die. This is pretty terrifying, honestly. Alright. Oh! Okay, we're dead. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What are the chances, boys? Literally camping inside of Magnolia Tactical. A full team. Okay, for the eastern side of the map, I want to highlight a couple of other areas besides Ashland, besides Lockport. You guys know where to go in those big areas, and really, you know, where to get loot at. Like I've said, you got to be careful in there. There's going to be a lot of players, but when you want to start out and, you know, before you go into those big places, let's say you want to get some gear. You don't have to get all of the gear in the world, but some of the gear, and at least be decently looted. These are the places that I want to show you, which will be, you know, Smuggler Airstrip, Coastal Bunkers, Mansion. Those are kind of the hot spots on the east side of the map, and the best places to get looted at first. I'm not saying sit over here for the entire time. I'm just saying these are good spots to hit really quickly, get in, get out, and get very, very looted. This is the meta of smugglers, though. You've got a crate right here. You've got crates over here. You know, obviously not hoping for a 19A3, but it's better than nothing. Other crates too, Soviet-grade weapons. Obviously, they can spawn a lot better weapons than those, and it's just a great way to get stacked quickly. The more crates in any given area, the more you want to visit that area as a freshie. And, see? I'm not completely full of crap. We got an M16A1, which is fully automatic, which is awesome, out of these crates, and also found an M1 Grand as well. So, just an overall good spot to get your looting started and, you know, get on the road to becoming full stacked. Alright, that's going to be the highlight of Smugglers for me. That main building over there with the big yellow plane inside is where I always like to hit. And keep in mind, this is not playing in a full squad. This is when you're playing alone. This is when your boys are not online and you're wanting to be like, hey, what am I going to do next? How am I going to survive solo? Okay, well, don't blow up your car would be one of the first things I would say, but that seems to be what happened. So now we're on foot and we're in this realistic solo journey. Okay, see, that just hurts to watch happen, but this is why you take care of your car. And this is why I cannot have nice things. Oh, we've got a goober down here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Sir, put down the weapon. Sir, put down the weapon. Oh, wow. Okay. That was quick. That was quick. That's the damage that an M16A1 can do, though, so be careful. Don't play with these things at home. These are crazy. Okay, we have made it over to Coastal. The long-anticipated journey has finally been completed. We're in Coastal. Not really any safe way to come into Coastal. You just gotta go in. You're gonna see a lot of crates. You're gonna see a lot of zombies, potentially. Check all of these. Check all of these. You got MAP 49s right here, which are awesome. Obviously, good 9mm weapons. Automatic, you got other Soviet crates, Mosin Nagants, AKs. You can find just a full heap of loot in Coastal Bunkers. This is one of the best places to spawn if you're starting on the east side of the map. As you come into rooms like this, you're gonna have more crates. Like I said, check them all. You don't want to miss any loot down here. You're gonna have these little tunnels. I've got another player here with me. So we're gonna have to be very careful. Could die, don't have all the loot in the world, but just be careful. Be very careful. Want to highlight these right here. You got a ton of AK ammo if you have an AK, more crates, all around a lot of gear. So get in, get out, and don't die, potentially like me. Okay, here he is. We found him. He was crouching. I don't know what he was doing, but he did have a backpack for us. If we can get in his body, how are we gonna do this? Okay, there we go. See, hiking backpack, upgraded our gun. I have never seen a rifle scope on an M1 Thompson. You see something new every single day, boys. That is hilarious. That's one for the record books. I have never seen anything like that. That is good stuff. That is funny. Anyways, though, obviously, there's going to be other players here sometimes. That's kind of unavoidable. But if you can get down here, put a rifle scope on a Thompson. I'm just kidding. Do not do that under any circumstances. Just CQC gun only. Anyways, get looted. Look at this. Just from going to Smuggler airstrip and Coastal, I've already got an M16A1, an M1 Grand, and an M1 Thompson suppressed that this player likely picked up down here. You just got a ton of crates and oh my goodness, see? I'm talking, trying to show you guys stuff, and then the Halloween pumpkin pulls up on you. But it's a great space to get loot, boys. Definitely hit these spots if you can. Alright, obviously did not plan on dying right there, but that kind of is what happens when you're just blabbering and yapping to you guys. But I want you guys to get looted, and I want you guys to survive solo. So we'll hit up Mansion, and I'll show you that spot right there. Alright, boys, and we have finally made it. Obviously a ton of cover here, ton of cover. Use these trees to your advantage while going in. There's going to be a lot of zombies in here, but hopefully a lot of crates too. Just look around, be very careful. Come in here, you'll find more Soviet crates. We've got SVT-40 battle rifles. There's going to be other crates upstairs too, others in the same room even. This place is just filled with gear. Stuff in the middle as well here. Don't overlook any of this. This is your best way to build a Soviet setup in Apocalypse Rising 2. You've come up here to the bedroom where zombies spawn. This is actually an office room, I should say. This is an SVT battle rifle again. You can search this crate, more SVTs. Okay, this is actually the most SVT battle rifles I've ever found here. Backpacks though, good bags for storage. You know, not the small ones either, a lot bigger than your fanny packs, of course. But just awesome spots. And then you can come upstairs into the attic as well. And look at this. 1, 2 crates in that room. And then check this room out. You've got 1 crate right here and another right here. So just an easy way to get looted if you'll just take the time to make the journey up here to Mansion. And it puts you towards other really good spots too, like Magnolia, Casino, Military Prison. You're not far from Naval Air Station as well. And that's just kind of overall my favorite places to go, and you know, the places I would most recommend when you're playing alone in this game. Oh my goodness, boys. I'm just trying to get out of Mansion. Oh my gosh. Just trying to get out of Mansion, and then this guy comes in with a clown afro and bat wings, something, you know, you usually don't see together. Oh, so as you can see, there can be other players here, so don't be, you know, too relaxed like I was when I was in there. But thankfully, we survived. That's going to wrap it up for this time, boys. And if I help prepare you for your next solo mission in Apocalypse Rising 2, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.